Hello and welcome to Warblog. This is a scenario called the Bwera and Mpondwe-Lhubiriha in Uganda. These are two villages, the village or town of Bwera and Mpondwe-Lhubiriha. Okay. Now, I'm 70 to 80% of my brain is trying to figure out whether this audio is going to work. Ever since Microsoft updated my computer, none of the audio works, and it's frustrating. So, and I've got a little laptop, and it won't run this program on it, and it doesn't have a mic slot, so I'm not going to buy another computer because I can't afford that. So it's just a case of waiting until my next computer update is due. You know, that's how silly it is. So anyway, we're going to play this. So I'm going to probably just do videos that are short, just getting some videos in there as opposed to the long ones, which essentially unaudible. I don't understand it. You know, the thing is, I don't really have the time to sort of go around every time trying to figure it out. I've just done a little bit here and there, and I don't know. So the thing with this game is it's got lots of refugees. So these are the ADF, Allied Democratic Forces, and this is their first attack, sort of into Uganda. Because they essentially want to, they basically want to create some kind of Muslim state and overthrow the Ugandan state. They also want to overthrow the Democratic Republic of Congo state. So it's a sort of a joint campaign or war. In particular, it's called the Allied Democratic Forces Insurgency. And the Allied Democratic Forces includes the ADF, who are essentially Ugandans, but also the equivalent, the counterpart of Congo units. But we're not using them in this one because they weren't used. So, I mean, that was later on. This war goes on for years. But not a massive war in the sense that it's more sort of insurgent activity, etc. So the objective here, and I haven't got it in writing, but is to destroy these villages. I should maybe put that in the objectives thing. So now the first thing to sort of state is when we attack them, I'm a bit unsure as to what will happen. I mean, basically they should have lots of refugees, but if there was no police unit in there, when I entered, the refugee units would appear. Now, if I attack, I'll probably find that the refugee units are not in there. I need to remember sort of moving them out. But the question is, if I get a retreat on this, will all the refugees appear? Right, no. So they've not done that. However, it would appear now that when I now move in, but I've got no more movement. Not a problem, I understand that now. So essentially they're in there still. They weren't involved with the combat. I'm just trying to sort of mentally figure this out, you see. Is that one movement? So they can move two. So we're going to have to get on this road if we're going to get there. Well, that's that. Now the police, what do they want to do? They've got 3 depressions. They could stand and fight and possibly die. What would they do? Would they run away? Or would they stand and fight? I think that they're going to run away. they're going to stand and fight because, well, they should actually try and get down there. So anyway, right. So when we go in, yes. So there we have it. And as it happens, they all moved there. Look. They should have moved a little more towards the road, really. Because they could have got there, 1, 2, 3. They could have got down and sort of helped protect that. Right. So, well, and the thing with refugees is that most of everything takes a whole turn. So these are the refugees now leaving the village, and they are busily destroying it. So they're destroying it, so we're going to attack. We've got the DE pushing them back. Okay, so they're nearly destroyed that. However, if we could have possibly reinforced with these, but now do they want to try that? Probably best to stick them together. At least that gives them some degree of strength in numbers. Now these units are going to try and run away. Okay, so now they're going to go into Bwera. And again, they're always stacked out in exactly the same way. That's odd. None of them went into there. That's suspicious, that is. Okay, so they've destroyed that now. So the Ugandan refugees are going to disperse. Now the police could try and counter-attack. Let's see what their odds are. Probably 1 to 2. Attacker eliminated. Well, that should sort of go down in, you know, one of those halls of honour. The police bravely attempted to deal with these insurgents, but they were clearly under poor leadership. Okay. Well, they've done their job there. Not going to attack the refugees. It's a nice wall of refugees though. Oh look! We've now got some Ugandan motorised units. Okay, well if the police had waited one more turn, they would have had some support. Let's see if we can deal with these ruffians. Another 12. That's the 2 12s in a row. Did I move these? Probably not. Okay, do they want to hold in there? All I've got to do is hold out for one turn. So near yet so far. Okay, so they've destroyed the village. However, they now have to suffer the wrath of the full Ugandan armed forces. Oh! Why did that happen, I wonder? They don't like going through the bush. 2-1 an exchange. And we're going to move these away as fast as possible. Now, what the Ugandan army actually did, they sort of intercepted these fleeing units and returned them. Right, well, they've got two. They don't have any depressions, do they? Because they well, and that's pretty much it, unless they feel like chasing them. So they're being chased by motorised units. But they have suffered some exchanges. But they're not built up and they're not entrenched. So got them. How much movement is that? 0.25. Enough to move. Heading for the border. Let's split up. Okay. capital one, DR. Well, that's stupid going through the bush. I'll have to look in the movements on that. So that's that. So we might as well just complete it. So they get it back across the border, and that's it. They destroyed these two villages. They got back across the border with one depression, one depression, one depression, one depression. They've only got 3 movement. They've been flagged up wrong. These have been flagged up quite well. So that's that really. That's an interesting game. I think the key thing here, to some extent, is the sort of all these refugees that sort of pour out. 25,000 of them, and then the Ugandan army had to go and sort of basically force them back, which sounds a bit odd. So that is basically one of these very obscure so-called wars. The something or other, the Allied Democratic Forces insurgency. I mean, it doesn't sound like a war, you know. It doesn't sound like the Chiapas conflict, or the Iran-Iraq war. It sounds sort of a bit odd, but it went on for a number of years, and this is the first part of it, and I think to some extent the most bloody or the most significant. So on the 13th of November 1996, the ADF perpetrated its first large-scale attack on the towns of Bwera and Mpondwe-Lhubiriha, which we've just been looking at, and it goes all the way through to 2017. I think it's ongoing actually. It's to present, but the thing is, it's slowed down. The insurgency began in 1995 and intensifying in 2013. So, you know, it's an ongoing thing, resulting in hundreds of deaths. So the ADF is known to control a number of hidden camps, which are home to about 2,000 people, and in these camps the ADF operates a proto-state with an internal security service, a prison, health clinics, an orphanage, as well as schools for boys and girls. So you know, it's all quite interesting. And I'm pretty sure that there were probably conflicts going on within conflicts, or at least within states, across those times. The UN gets involved, so I'm not sure how much of that there will be. You know, I mean, it's hardly a sort of major battle, but as far as the simulation goes, I think that was sort of fairly reasonable. The only thing I don't really know is whether or not they came across the border. I've assumed they did, but there's no reason why they should have come across the border. Then it was sort of operating across both states. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to spend too much time, especially if this video is going to have, you know, really bad audio. So let's see how that works out. And but it doesn't matter how my audio is. Remember, you can play these games and your audio will not be affected because you won't be subject to Microsoft updates as I am. I get special treatment, I think. Something to do with my was it Halcyon tones, my dulcet voice thing, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, you can sign up and enjoy it regardless, and print and play, or play your friends with the super duper magical play your friend button there. Okay, I'll leave it at that, and I will attempt to make noises at you at a later time. Cheerio.